So status check, we need to talk about 181 because I think there's some things to do for 181. Well, I mean, should be able to release. What else? Demos today? Zoltan, no demo? No new module?
Nothing new today, sorry.
Okay. So no demo. We'll do some triage, we'll do some status, some websites I have to show, and okay, we'll improvise. So first, status of the week. We need a little music for that. Why am I showing stuff? Okay, one sec. Let me unshare my screen. Clean some things. Okay, reloading. Okay, now that should be fine. Did I miss anything? Double checking because I'm making too many mistakes those days. Oh yeah, my mail was open. Cool. Close, and I can share again. Sorry guys. Oh, this one too. Close window. Should be good. Can you see me, Nedek?
Not yet, loading. Yeah, got it now.
Okay. So, yes, if I go back in time, last week, we should have stopped here. First change, Sipke and Daniel are not here. Nope. So, okay, I'll tell them later. So this thing is from the module they wrote, the Orchard Azure Media Service. It was including the TypeScript files in the project and with a TypeScript compile task. And there is actually a compilation error in their file, so it will block any other compilation to work. So I just put them known right now, so they are not processed every time we compile. So very minor thing, but it was blocking. Then I fixed this thing, the RSS constraint, which was badly copy-pasted. You see, I copy-pasted those two lines and didn't replace the indexes, so now it's fixed. RSS works again. Merge. Then I fixed it again because there was another issue. It was not returning the value. Then I'm now limiting with a hard limit, limiting the number of items we can return from an RSS feed. This fix was done by Nick based on the bug report he saw. He was in a fixing mood, so he fixed it, and he also pulled some pull requests. Be careful, you put everything on 1.8x, some of them are new features, and it's 108.x is not meant for new features, just for risk-free features.
I know, I did have a look at them, and both of those two I figured were pretty risk-free. I mean, although it's just introducing text to the UI, and the next one up is adding the weight to the drop-down list. And I followed it through, and both look pretty safe to me. Although, yeah, I thought they were okay.
Okay. This from Bertrand, fixing some categories. Fixing again the RSD. Well, but this time on this looks like the same. Maybe another branch. Now, this was wrong too. This was loading a wrong item, so I fixed it. Yeah, fixing a previous fix. This one, please ignore because I'm actually reverting this change. The goal was to actually prevent public caching when there are some query strings, but I found the issue was not this, so I fixed it. I've added a page size on this one is on OneText, a page size property for the blogs, because you might want the blogs to have different page numbers than what you have on the admin. So it was very easy, no new records, just a property in the info set. And that's it. And I still have 2 commits to do. Well, 1 commit with 2 changes, which are kind of important actually. So this is related to the cache. I found an issue with the cache, another one, and I'm sure it's not the last one because there must be others. The issue, let me see if because if I take a website, for instance, using a blog, voodoo.net, this blog is running on IIS, I assume. This is running on IIS, and I'm almost sure it's using the cache module, and I think it's a 1.8 branch. Am I right, Bertrand? If I go on page 2, it goes on page 2. If I go back on home page, it goes on home page. If I go back on page 2, it goes on page 2. So I'm lucky because actually I've seen that on IIS, if you do that, it doesn't go back on page 2. It keeps on the home page. And we had seen that a long time ago. And I could not repro that, and I was able yesterday to repro it locally because it's only when you use IIS and when you have your blog on the home page that you will see that. We have seen that with the Orchard and RSS. So to fix that, and I will tell you the issue, and it's actually quite an impact. What's happening is that if you click on page 2 and it doesn't send you the correct page 2, even if it's cached, I could figure that it didn't actually reach Orchard. Something was returning page 2 instead of Orchard. And I put like no cache, no store everywhere I could, and it was still returning this page. And so I asked the mostly famous Levi Broderick, and if he read that actually it was the ASP.NET OutputCache module which was taking it and serving it. And because when you have IIS, the OutputCache module is enabled by default, the ASP.NET, not the Orchard one. And in this case, it was preventing Orchard from invalidating or returning the correct content. So to fix it, it's very easy. We just need to change the web config and to say remove OutputCache, because we don't want the OutputCache module by default in Orchard, because we have our own OutputCache module, which is not using the ASP.NET OutputCache module. And we have our own because we want to be able to configure it per tenant and to define and to extend the storage more easily. So by adding that, I've fixed the issue. So you should add it, and you must add it if you are using another storage than memory. So what I was trying is that I was trying to use the Azure cache to store the output cache, but what it was doing is that everything I was storing in the Azure cache was also stored by the output cache locally into memory. So it was causing actually unnecessary memory pressure on the local server by storing cache for stuff that I already cached. And yeah, So it's better to add it. So I think I will add this thing in the 18x branch, and I also fixed this to remove that because it was actually necessary. I thought it was causing the issue, and I just added some comments for later nodes, like that we can, if we want, disable the user cache and the kernel cache on IIS. User cache is the output cache, and kernel cache is the IIS cache. And but we don't want to remove that. But if one day we need the information, it's there in comment. This is also invalidating the output cache, the experimented output cache, but I prefer to remove it from the web config. I also changed the way we dispose things. It's just for sanity. It was working well, but for sanity, it's doing it correctly with the correct pattern. So yeah, I will push it. Yep, that's it for the cache. That's why I tweeted yesterday about the cache. So I will push it very soon on 1.8.x, and you will be able to take it. Which leads me to talk about 1.8.1. We have fixed a bunch of bugs and performance ones too. My perf changes, did it apply on 1.8.1? I don't remember. Does anyone know? The SQL thing I changed to optimize the perf. I can't remember. Um, 17x SQL dialect. I can't find it. It should be before that.
Is that the SQL 2012 stuff? The dialect?
No, I'm not sure. No, the optimization.
Oh no, the next one up. Improving support of huge amounts of content.
Okay, so which branch is it? 1x. Okay, 1x. Sad. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I copied it. No. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so on the 1.8x branch, we have done a lot of fixes in for the output cache, performance also with things like this. We still need to apply the fix with the missing DLL, EDM something, which is kind of blocking a bunch of users. And I think we should ship 1.8.1 just because it's been 1 month and people might want to update with bug fixes, and it's safe to do that and continue the work. And that's why we did a 1x branch to release more often with bug fixes. So I'll try to do it by the end of the week. And if no one sees any issue with that, it's just a 1.8x, 1.8.1. I'll check into issues. What is high active for 1.8x? Documents. Yes, this one, if I could fix it in time, that would be nice. Yeah, this one is very important actually, in the setup. Okay, I'll try to fix what I can from the high. If you can do some of them, please, that would be nice. Maybe some of them already have pull requests or fixes. Questions? +1. Vote when, yeah, vote everything. Even better, fix it. I'll fix this one. Thank you. Please also check if we really need the DLL before adding it. Maybe we actually don't need the DLL. Okay. It shouldn't be the reference. Okay. Okay. What else? Triage. Any question before we go to show some websites and do the triage? That there is no big news, I think, from last week. No big development. Okay, let me share some websites, because there are a lot of those in my list. Foreign language. Looks nice. I don't know what they're selling. Web development. This thing. Brand Republic Inside.com. Nice car seller website of the week. This one is weird. Russian. Unitemps. Nice looking websites. We have UK. And the last one we already see. Okay, good. Just before it goes live. Greek. Yes, let's translate it. Much better. It's fast. Okay, anything new you've done you want to show, talk about? Oh, let's share it. Harvest later. Okay. Antoine, give control. Why would I give you control? You want to share instead, don't you? So please share your screen. Or is it something online? You can talk. We don't mind French accents. You know that. So you see, oh no. Just below the chat there is a screen icon. And when you hover the screen icon, then you can click on desktop. It works. Wait for me, I like to see it. Mayday, can you see?
Not yet. Oh, loaded just now. Okay.
Okay, and now you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
So I've made an admin theme using Bootstrap. That's how it looks like. I used the FontAwesome for the icons. So this is responsive thanks to Bootstrap. With small screens, you have the icon on the right to show the menu. I have added icons on the link of the content items.
So quick question, did you change the which is rendered, or did you apply mixins?
I try not to change the views as possible. And what I've done on the content.edit, I used the grid of Bootstrap.
There's a nice comment from Bertrand who says, it looks like disturbingly like 0.8 admin theme. So before we ship 1.0, and even the right bar, the sidebar, you
Yes,
have.
this is because I redefined the placement.info, just putting the some part in the sidebar and putting the sidebar in the right.
Okay.
So if I
Putting by the sidebar on the sidebar.
If I resize the screen that's under the content, so I have redefined some views to add icons just in next to the buttons.
This is nice. Is it TinyMC4?
No, this is just I enabled CK editor, a module that someone done. There are not so many views to see.
What's left to do?
Not so many things. Maybe the Magia library. There are some CSS classes as thumbnail that makes that not so beautiful in my theme. I have to change to fix some views because, for example, custom forms. We don't
Is this CSS3? Yeah. Bootstrap CSS.
Yes,
Bootstrap 3. Yeah.
Bad tags of title, I should fix them. And I tried the same design with the menu on the left. And we think about then to redesign the dashboard or the top toolbar. We could add some shortcuts, for example. If I change and I add some shortcuts in the header, we could have this kind of buttons. So this is the search, the page to add some new content, a new page, the navigation, the media library, the comments, the settings, useful shortcuts.
Cool.
And maybe with Bootstrap, some forms, you could use some classes from Bootstrap to,
Yep.
to
So
enhance
can't
some,
you do it using less files and applying some mix-ins to the current selectors and classes we have? Do you know this technique, or don't you know this technique? Because maybe
yes,
you don't.
but for the moment I used the .min.css file, and I know some people that have done some Bootstrap theme used less and using theme options.
Well, the idea here is that if you want to apply the Bootstrap classes to all the forms, you could change all the forms, or you can say in your less file, hey, whatever is a text right now, we have this text class, or and you could say apply the form collection mixin from Bootstrap to it.
Mm-hmm.
So this way it will apply it with just one line of code to everything, and you don't even have to change the current HTML. Look, the link from Sultan maybe. So you should really use less files. In the end, it will generate a CSS file. You compile it from Visual Studio. Don't make it dynamic, but use less files instead. It's much better. You won't have to copy paste stuff all over, and just look at the technique. I can show you later if you want, but that's how you should do it. Even more if you don't want to change the current tagging of the admin themes. So the idea I had would be that it's fine. We should not change the tagging if we don't have to, because it will be a pain to change everything in the admin. So we should provide a .less file which will apply the Bootstrap mixins to the current tagging. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the new modules we are doing, we should use the new native tagging, so that we don't have to apply the .less files everywhere.
The last issue I have is that pop-up
mm-hmm.
that use still.include /theme /admin /theme /the admin /css, and they are not applied.
Oh, because you have another theme. Yeah, maybe we should just replace the admin. Did you create a new theme? That's it, not the admin. You didn't change the admin. That's the issue.
That's another idea. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe if we change the admin, it will fix it.
So that's why I would like to make a branch, maybe.
Please make a branch, and if everyone agrees, change the admin directly.
Okay.
And
it's easier.
Yeah, we might even improve the admin theme to make it customizable, or to mm-hmm. give ways to apply boot swatches, like people were suggesting in the chat, because they don't like the black and white thing or very bright one. So boot swatch is a nice solution, and change the admin directly, but use a .less file. The .less file will render a CSS file. It will render the CSS file that you are currently using, but use a .less file for that. So we can reuse branding colors, sizes, and also apply mixins to everything. That will be much easier.
And I add another one, a previous one.
And you do a branch based on one.txt.
Okay. Previously, I had made a Metro admin theme, but with a Metro Bootstrap CSS.
Okay, so you see, if we can handle in the admin extended CSS files like Bootswatch, because it's like a Bootswatch file you have here. People can customize the admin theme with custom colors or sizes and arrangement. Yep. And once we use Bootstrap or we decide to change and we can define a new default tagging, we can include stuff like search engine and things like that in the admin theme. Maybe it would be time also to have the admin as a project, so we can have a code inside and make it extensible like with features. So we could have the search engine for the admin theme feature to enable or disable.
Okay.
So you see, if you see admin.js, just create a file named admin.less. It will create an admin.js, but everything will be in less files, even if it's pure CSS. You can also, then I think it will be better. Yep, create a branch, and so don't mess up with the Git repository, but create a branch from monotext. Put your stuff inside and push your branch, okay? Be careful when you say push to have checked out your branch first, and to just push this branch. And so it's public and people can play with it or contribute. And yep, good, very good.
And maybe you have made changes to placement to use groups and tabs. Is it applicable to admin? Would I be able, I don't know, to...
So yes, look at the code from Philippe, who's here, who made it. It's you, Philippe, I think, you made the tabs work. So it's included in the placement already, but not in the generated HTML. So you can try to look at it if you want to do it. My only concern is how to render it. I have some notes about it because we already have tabs. This is called local navigation. But you see that we have tabs. But how to mix tabs and tabs? I don't want to have tabs in tabs. That's really ugly. There is another solution which is like slices on the left and tabs on the right. I have some screenshots for that. We can talk about it later. But yes, it's included. It's already implemented in the placement. It's not just rendered in the HTML. So we have to talk about it. But for now, you should just ignore it until we have the good UI design for that. Same thing for the sidebar. Well, it's there. It's just about changing the template for what the sidebar is. Do we want a sidebar back or not? I'm not against that. I'm not for either. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. WordPress uses a sidebar a lot. If we have tabs, more tabs, I mean, maybe a sidebar doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, Nick says, I agree, you don't have to scroll even more if you have a sidebar. But again, if you have should we have both, the sidebar and tabs, and people will decide. And the question is that now, if we have tabs, is the sidebar across tabs or in a specific tab or per tab? That's things like that. That's weird. We also should think about maybe redefining how the toolbars are made and extensible. Maybe using Bootstrap things, because Bootstrap has a notion of toolbars, so we should use their tagging or redesign or apply the mixins for the toolbars.
Also the dashboard. Or maybe that would sit outside of this project itself.
Yeah, no. It makes sense. We said that the dashboard should be extensible, and to make it extensible, we need to change the theme. And this is the admin. So in the same time, please make the admin a project under the theme folder. Make it a project, and this way we'll be able to think about having some code to handle the dashboard and change how the dashboard behaves and to customize it. I don't know how, but yeah. Maybe it will be a feature which will model the data for the dashboard, and people can edit the data, and it will apply in the dashboard with a custom permission.
Yeah, maybe something along those lines.
Christian, please send us some screenshots if you want of what you're talking about, because we don't have CRM and nobody will install it.
What's CRM?
CRM Dynamics, Microsoft CRM. Christian is mentioning that CRM always have had some very good ideas. Like even 10 years ago, you could already do some dynamic mappings of content types and fields and creating dynamic contents like this in the UI. So 10 years after, which means now it must be even better. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Antoine, and I'm sure you missed the game because of us.
Oh, that's really cool, Antoine.
Good job. So please create a branch, push it, create a project for that under themes, because we'll need code later. It opens a discussion. You can also create a forum thread to see what people would like in the theme, extensibility wise or by default. Yep, very good. Cool. What else? Nobody? Eric, you have something in mind, but I haven't been able to play again with it. So Triage. Sharing again. Okay, new ones. We are alternating every week. To register. What is this one? Command recipe handler doesn't handle setup command for a tenant. It works for me, so the /t is not, yeah, so it works. I don't see what the issue is. When issuing the following command from a recipe. Yeah, I don't think it works from a recipe. Can't work from a recipe. Yes, that's weird. I don't know. So if it was from a default tenant, I don't know. Do you know, Zoltan, if we can issue /t in a command from a recipe?
We can't.
Yes?
We can't. And that's kind of a feature, I think.
Let me run it as a feature. Using getSize method. Okay, let's see. That's a bug. Attempt to give user managed streams permission in taxonomy reveals a few permission bugs. This one is a duplicate of. We need to fix it because everyone is creating it. Is duplicate of this one actually. Oh no, it's not a duplicate of itself. It's a duplicate of this high active. Okay. So the idea is to provide some keyboard shortcuts for navigation or anywhere that there is no obvious way to do it with the keyboard. And typically navigation, because we have drag and drop everywhere.
Didn't Bertrand do this? Or start looking at doing this?
Talk about it, I'm not sure it did anything or start doing anything.
Did you push your changes to anything, or
Nope.
were you just talking about it?
So,
I said we should do it, that was all. Okay.
heyo, Quadplex. Are you broken?
Oh, so right, Chrome Buster, this person who reported this bug, raised this bug, raised another bug, and then ditched Orchard.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Chrome, does Chrome work for you? Sorry, Chrome. Codeplex?
Well, when browsing the bugs, let's have a look. Forward button does, yeah?
So it's just me?
It's slow.
Yeah, it's slow. I can't even refresh a page. Cool.
Yeah, I think Codeplex is just hanging.
Yep.
Yeah.
And before that, I was about to say it was very fast, but no. Okay, so the topics. Harvest, we have received a bunch of session proposals. I think almost everything is already decided for the list of talks. We are working with the presenters to get their bios and pictures. We already have also some big names, but I didn't check if Elon was here actually.
I'm here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, okay. Ilan.
I just want to correct Sebastian a little bit. We're not quite there yet, so we're still open and accepting some speaker proposals, but there are very, very, very few spots left.
We can still reject some of the talks because we have better talks.
That's possible too, since we haven't finished the agenda. I would have said it differently, but I understand.
You know me. Sorry.
Yes, I think the whole community does. Are you able to hear me? Because Nick said he's not able to hear me.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, I was talking to Bertrand.
Okay. So we're there's an agenda that was put out. It's on the site. We're going to prettify it a little bit. I apologize for the site not being delayed a little bit. It's just been a little bit more difficult this year, and again, apologies. That's on me. But it'll soon have a lot more information, and working with some of the folks at Microsoft to come up with some events that go beyond just the learnings and the case studies that are more social. And ticket sales are going nicely, but we expect to see a much bigger boost once more information is out. So,
did we talk about together? Asking the community about what they wanted to do. I can't remember. You remember when I was suggesting some visit at Microsoft or things like that?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if we said we will ask them what they wanted to do, how long, and if there are some specific things that they would say, okay, if I go on the campus, I want to do that. Can we do that?
We sure can.
So if you have any ideas, guys, because you're on the campus, there is something you want to do, like do a party at Bertrand's house or things like that, we can organize it.
And the after party's at Sebastian's house, everybody. He already told me he was going to provide alcohol for all of you.
They are far away, the two of them, so Bertrand's house is much closer to the building than mine.
I thought you were going to drive everybody. Okay, anyway. So that's where we are, guys. It's coming together.
Cool. Sounds really good.
Codeplake is back. Good. Okay. Did I miss something in the chat?
One quick question about Harvest. Has there been any consideration on adding a code of conduct?
I can't sign it.
What do you mean by that, Eric?
So yeah, in most
conferences have code of conducts that basically say what.
Don't swear. Don't insult people. Don't.
Eric, if you have something, just send it to me, please. I'll be happy to review it.
Okay. Yep. No problem.
Because there have been some issues in past conferences, tech conferences, and now the rules are very strict. Well, people try to impose rules very strict. Good manners, for instance.
Sure, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. So let me review it, and I'll be happy to consider it. Thank you. That's a good point.
So this means I can go. Content item record ID getting updated to null. Blah blah blah. In content item record. Open it for investigation, but like this, I have no idea. Put Razor template in separate feature, sure. .x because it will be a new feature. Not possible to expand user identity forms cookie. This I try to understand I don't understand.
Right. So
I wrote the
whole-
code. I know why,
okay.
but I'm even thinking, is there a security issue here? Because I wrote the code to fix a security issue, so I'm not sure there is a security issue. So okay, yeah, what do you want to do?
well, I think this guy just wants to add extra things into the user data ticket. So my question was, if they're adding stuff into the user data ticket, could that be a potential, security implication, or do you think it would be?
No, but you
fine?
don't want to. Why do you want to put something in the user data ticket?
Well, that's up to him. That's he might want stuff in there. I don't know why, but
So you just replace the whatever interface it is, and you create your own.
I can't remember. Have a look at the pull request. I can't quite remember what the.
Oh, there's a pull request.
Yeah. He just didn't attach it. That was all.
If not, there is a PR from. Okay. Changes. Oh, just because. Oh, because we are checking the number. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
right. I don't see the link. If it's less than 2, return null. I don't get the link between the pull request and what he's asking. So
Well, maybe he's adding extra stuff into the
Causes.
ticket later on.
I can't expand cookie value.
Yeah, so maybe after he signs in, he might change the ticket, the user data ticket value, maybe.
And why the not equals and less than will change that? I agree that less than works too with this. Yeah.
Well, obviously, if he wants to add more stuff into it,
Oh, I
then
see.
the
I see
length
what you
is
mean.
going to change,
Yeah,
right?
this is wrong because okay. I'm entering there are 2 values because I expect
Yes.
2 values, and he says okay, I put a third one without touching
Yes.
yours. Okay, why not? Okay, if it can enable him to do stuff, that's fine. Okay.
Open it. Just assign it to me so it goes into my email box, and I'll take it. I just wondered if you thought there was any security issue. That was all.
Add tag on fresh install in section. Ooh. If you can repro it. It's weird. Clean up the MS build precompiled build output improvement. Yeah, looks fine with me. I don't disagree. Field data. Yeah, I like it. Close by design. Must be good. Field storage inconsistency depending on the distance of item. Yeah. I don't know. I have to think about it. And first, I need to look at the one from Bertrand's from Bertrand, which is kind of related in the order of how the methods are called. Okay. Later, I need to think about it. I don't know if it's an issue. A bug, I mean. And how to fix it. Settings recipient I assume it must find property.
Isn't there a pull request for this?
Yes, there is. You made the feature and maybe found an issue, so I fixed it. Azure blob storage root path pertinent. Okay. Yeah, I see the issue. Migration scenario to one multi-tenant instance. Each site has processing existing content in individual storage accounts when moving. Cannot specify a default root folder to use in this account. Okay, I open it, but we need to review the pull request to see if there is no side effect. And I'd like also Zoltan to agree with that. Okay, last one. Hope it's a good one. Good one. Okay. Migration of mixed reference to the table that doesn't exist anymore. Which table? Cache settings part record. I didn't see that. Good. Any remaining question? Ilan?
No.
George, did you patch the output cache?
Not yet. We're looking at doing that maybe sometime this week.
Okay. I saw a new one-stop website, by the way. Cosmetics.
Oh yes, Davines. I think one of them is Davines, one of them is Pavonia.
Pavonia. Okay, I didn't know about the other one.
Yeah, both of them
Okay.
launched. I think about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, I found it by chance. It's on my list, at the end of my list. Good. Thank you, everyone. No question? Okay, talk to you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.